What's going on, people? We're back. We're here. We're live. The feeds are back on outside. Feeds are back on. We got plenty to catch up on. A lot going on. A lot going on out there. A lot going on. That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Jackie, what's going on? First chatter. Miss Wendy, what's going on? Let's see. Whoa, so much is going on right now. So much is going on, people. We got a little bit of tea. Everybody get your teacups ready. Get your teacups ready. Gonna be spilling some tea on here. Just want to catch up really quickly. Let me finish here. And then I'm gonna get active in the chat. I'm gonna get active. We're gonna be out here. There's a lot going on right now. Okay, hold up. Just reading up right now on what I missed. All right, people. We are back. Everybody get your teacups ready. We're going to spill the tea right now. The outside feeds are back on. Let me just catch up on the chat. What's up, Brianna? What's up, William? What's up, Ryan? Louis, what's going on? Awesome parking lot check-in today. Thank you. I appreciate it. Joseph, behind me, you screwed yourself by throwing Taylor. Oh, Alliance. That's right. The Alliance, Brianna. It was my first convo with Taylor. What's up, Healthy Loving? Dak Chats, what's going on, bud? Got your pink lemonade? I love that, Ryan. 800 Club, let's go. That's right, guys. We are at 800. 800 something. I think it's like 830, something like that. 830 subscribers. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers. I am super excited that you guys are helping me get there. I appreciate it so much. To grow as quickly as we did in this, like, it's really only been like a week. It's awesome. We want top shelf tea, not cheap stuff. Give it to us straight, Cody. Bud, you're going to be getting it very soon. I'm upset with Jazz, living luxury life, and Joseph is suffering so much. Yeah, it's really annoying, but whatever. These people treating Joseph bad is painful to watch. Why not? This twist is great, Real Tyranny. I don't agree. We needed Derek live. 820. Kyle's throwing everything away to end up being the next one out. All right. So, the live feeds have returned. Okay? The live feeds have returned on the outside. We've seen some conversations that are happening. All right, so the feeds have come back on the outside, and we are seeing quite a bit is going on. We are seeing quite a bit is happening. We're seeing that Terrence did use the veto, which, yo, shout out to that Twitter account, Spoiler Girl, for actually being spot on. I was reading some of Spoiler Girl's tweets yesterday, right? So I had never heard of this person before until somebody said in here, and I was like, oh, there's no way. This person literally tweeted for everyone to see that they know somebody that is working the live feeds, so they will be giving them intel. The fact that they put that out there in the public, that there's somebody working the feeds that they're getting information from, is crazy to me. Crazy. But I think it proves like what we realistically know about all these shows, and it's that the production is in cahoots. Like it's like it reminded me of how the challenge information gets leaked, how just so much stuff gets leaked constantly, and how accurate it is lets you know that there's somebody within the production that the production, they probably don't know specifically who the person is, but I don't think they do their best to make sure that nobody's leaking stuff. So Spoiler Girl leaked that Terrence used the veto, and from what we were seeing on the feeds before the feeds went down was like there was no way he was using it. I'm eager to see what is shown, like what is going to be shown tonight. I want to know, because I want to know about the conversations that happened while the feeds were down, which is actually, it makes me feel more strong about the fact of the feeds should be taken away. This is a really important thing that I want to put out there to everybody. Do we think the live feeds are ruining the entertainment and like almost the mystery of what goes on in the live shows? Do you think it would be better if the feeds were taken away from Big Brother? I do. Let me know what you guys think. So it comes back and Terrence uses the veto. Terrence uses the veto and takes Turner off the block and puts up Kyle. Now, I think that is brilliant. I mean, I don't know what the reasoning is, so I'm very eager to see why he did this, and if it was a plan that they came up with in order to definitely hide Kyle from looking like because here's the thing, is that if Kyle and Alyssa went back into the house and the other side saw that Terrence nominated Turner and Joseph, then won the veto and didn't use it, it would almost be it would be very sketchy. Now, I don't know how they're going to play this off because it's very interesting. Say they split the votes, right? And they split the votes and Terrence ends up deciding I'm sending Joseph home, which seems to be what's happening. What is the other side going to think of that? What is the other side going to think when they come in? They're going to be like, why did you take Turner off the block only for the vote to be split and then send home Joseph? Why wouldn't you just leave it the same? Like, it's still going to smell. It's still going to smell a little interesting, in my opinion. And the other side better have their radars on. They better have their radar. Their bullshit radar better be on. Calling shit out. Production will only show us what they want us to see for their narrative. Yeah, I mean, that's normal. I mean, what is their narrative? Like the narrative of the show, you have to include how Kyle blew up the leftovers. That's already been shown. So you have to show the repercussions of what caused that. I mean, who's going to be the game player? I feel crazy the fact that Terrence had mentioned that he knew Michael betrayed him. And Tiffany was talking about this on her episode. The episode is going to be dropping in 35 minutes. If you haven't listened on audio, the YouTube video is coming out. That she felt this was Michael's HOH week because Michael had dropped the seeds to Terrence to target Joseph. Now, all of a sudden, Terrence had mentioned that to Joseph. So now Joseph feels betrayed by Michael. This is crazy. There is so much stuff that I hope that they show on this live show. I am very excited. Very excited. As you can tell by the sound of my voice, I'm very loud right now.
I'm going into a meeting right now.
Chrissy's going into a meeting.
So it's just a half hour. I'd be really happy if it ends early because we have nothing actually to talk about. But yeah.
So.
Will you fill me in on Big Brother actor?
No, can't.
Come on, Dakota. Come on.
Can't fill you in. Sorry.
Come on. I'm going to close the door.
Sorry, can't fill her in. Guys, this is between us only. This is between the Alliance. This is between the live stream. Chrissy. Dakota. Yeah, there you go. Because you're going to be scratching at the door and I'm not dealing with that. So there's so much going on. Production can manipulate the edits of anything that isn't live. The live feeds can't be manipulated, though. Yeah, but I got to be honest with you, though. The live feeds, and this may be a hot take, and you all are going to, there's going to be people on here that watch the live feeds that, are not going to like this. But quite frankly, the live feeds don't, fill you in on anything. The narrative is the narrative, and the production has a good grasp on the narrative for the reason that I always mention. People, when they're on the feeds, have a million different conversations, and it's really difficult to know who they're truly loyal to or what they're truly going to do because in any situation, stuff can change, okay? In any situation, stuff can change. And so I don't think the live feeds are that necessary for the narrative. I think the live feeds are necessary for people that honestly, quite frankly, I feel like the live feeds are just cancel culture enhanced. That's what I feel like it is. I feel like the live feeds are people that are sitting there waiting for somebody to say something wrong so they could run to Twitter about it and drag them all over Twitter. That's genuinely what I feel like the live feeds do. I don't feel like they bring anything to the table when it comes to the live show and the storyline. All it does is creates the producers and production to get bitched at because they're like, oh, you didn't show this. Why are you showing this? You're not showing this. Why are you showing this? You're not showing this. It's I get it. Listen, I keep up with the feeds and there's constantly stuff that I'm the feeds make me less excited for the live shows. The feed, all the feeds do when I'm reading up on the feeds and I'm doing these with Tiffany and I'm covering everything. Tiffany and I are going back and forth about it. I literally am I don't even feel like watching the show tonight. The show's going to be on tonight. I most likely won't watch tonight's episode tonight. But I'm telling you this, if the feeds weren't on and I didn't know what was happening in the house, I'd be like, dude, I am not missing Big Brother tonight. Don't fuck with me. That's what I would say. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think I'm a little off base? I mean, I understand that people like watching the feeds because it keeps them in the game and they're watching, they're getting to see all these different things. But I'm what is the positive of the live feeds? The game talk is your favorite to watch. Okay. Well, that's understandable. I understand that. And if it's the game conversations that are your favorite to watch, it's like those game conversations are shown in the live feeds. I mean, in the live show. They just have here's the thing that I think people don't love about the live show versus the feeds is that stuff that's happening, Big Brother in the production, they choose a specific player that they are letting have the mastermind edit. We see it every season, right? You know, Tiffany was the mastermind edit last year. Michael's the mastermind edit this year. And so I feel like sometimes people get mad when it's like, oh, my favorite isn't, you know, describing what's going on. Oh, they didn't really do it. This person did it. Like, they don't show enough of those game conversations. But the game conversations that are on the feeds are very repetitive, in my opinion. It's like the same shit. I think the live feeds give you a whole story, but you watch the live shows for the DRs to see what they're really thinking. Yeah, I get that. Listen, I get how the feeds show way more. I'm just saying, if we didn't have the feeds, would it make the show that much worse? Like, what do the feeds bring to the table? Like, I understand the whole story. I understand that because you want to see all the game conversations, and that for those are people that I think are just obsessed with Big Brother and love the psychological aspect of it and the gameplay, and they don't want to miss a thing, which I can appreciate that because like you're a diehard fan. But I'm coming from the sense of like, is it really bringing that much to the table of Big Brother? Do the live feeds bring that much to the table? Have you noticed that production pulls down the live feeds far more frequently in new seasons than they ever did in the seasons years ago? Yeah, i.e. social media and these keyboard warriors going berserk over anything that's said on the live feed. So now they're like, all right, well, anything that can be taken away, I'm turning the feeds off. If they talk about a certain person, I'm turning the feeds off. If they're talking a certain, like I remember watching the feeds and I texted Tiffany about it right away because I knew Tiffany and I were both watching the feeds. It was right after an HOH comp. And, oh, I know what it was. It was Terrence. And Terrence was talking, and he started, like, going in, like, cursing about, I want to say it was Taylor, if I'm being 100% honest. I'm pretty sure it was Taylor. And he starts, like, dragging her and, like, cursing. Boom, they cut the feeds. They cut to a different conversation. And I was like, I literally was watching the feeds and I texted Tiff. I was like, holy shit, did you see them cut away from Terrence because he was talking shit about Taylor? And so it's like, because they're sitting here and they don't, what's going to happen ultimately is that people are going to not want to go on the show, which is going to make the demand for Big Brother go down. And when the demand goes down, they're going to have to pay more. Like the demand to get on the show of Big Brother is amazing because you can go on there, you get on national television, you can go a different route. Like it can change your life. Right? Winning the money, it's going to make people be like, is it worth it going on this show when people are watching me 24/7 waiting to like I talked about it the other day. People were literally contacting my real estate agency and the school that I was coaching at that I only coach at for like 2 months. So it's like, or whatever, because they wanted me fired. Like there's going to be people that get to a point where they're like, fuck this. I'm not going on the show anymore because these live feeds can completely ruin my career over like nothing. Like, I don't even know what they were going at me about from my season on All Stars. But they literally were trying to get me fired. Both places told me right when I got back. It was like the school was like, yeah, people were calling our front office. Like, our whatever the person is at the private school. It's like a private Catholic school. Like, whatever the head person is. It's not a principal. It's like a different name. Was like asking the AD, like, what are these people talking about? And it was like, thankfully, they understood that the people were crazy coming from the feeds. And it's like they called my real estate agency because it's not hard to figure out, you know, what agency I'm with. And it's like, for me, I was sitting there and I'm like, what is the point? Like, yeah, I won. So I was like, okay, it's great. I come off, I have the winnings, but it's like, there's going to be people that end up being like, I don't really want to go on the show. And then you're going to get like the B version of the actual people that probably aren't as entertaining as the A version. And then we're going to be, it's like, what are we doing? That's what I feel about it. That was a little bit of a rant, but that's what I feel about it. I was watching last night and they were talking about who they are rooting for on the Challenge USA, and they cut out. I was confused. Yeah, so we were doing that a lot, music and mental health. We were doing that a lot on All Stars. We were talking about people on the Challenge because it's hard not to, because we had Bailey who was on the Challenge. Who was on the Challenge from my season? So Bay was on the Challenge. Like, I guess Christmas was talking about it. I was talking about it because my brother was on the Challenge. Davon was on the Challenge. So there was a lot of people that were talking about the Challenge, and they cut the feeds immediately, which is really interesting to me because CBS and Viacom owns CBS, and CBS owns the Challenge and Big Brother. So I'm like, why? And Viacom even owns MTV. Like, I don't get how they don't have. But it might be the people, because the people haven't signed waivers. Like, if we talked about previous house guests, we would have the feeds get cut off, because you're not even allowed to talk about people that don't have waivers for them. Because, like, say I'm on there, right? And I mentioned, I'll use Christy as an example. Christy's a stranger, not my girlfriend, not signed a waiver. Christy's somebody that was on Big Brother. Say I mentioned something about Christy that is like negative. Like, oh, did you hear the story about Christy? She, threw something through a window. Like, she broke windows, she vandalized something. And like, people don't know that. I can be liable, or Big Brother can be liable for like a defamation. Like, that person can then sue. So they cut the feeds. They don't allow any conversations about people whose names aren't signed off on waivers to be talked about, because it can be a liability. You're told that before you go in, but sometimes you're in there, you can't help yourself. William Dang, I'm glad we have the live feeds because we see the true colors of Terrence and Indy, because the show don't portray them negatively. Yeah, but like, here's the thing, right? So William Dang, I understand that, right? You see the true colors of people, but it's like, I mean, maybe I have a different perspective because I was in there and I was like, I mean, I didn't talk shit to the extent that certain people are talking shit, but it's like, I know I'm not perfect. I like talk shit about people when I was on 16, and like, cause that's just, you just get in there and people get on your nerves and you talk shit, and like, it's what you do in the real world. Like, tell me this, William Dang, you've never in your life had a person, maybe it's like a colleague, maybe it's somebody in your friend, like that you're friends with, that it's like they're doing shit that's bothering you, and then you go to another friend or another colleague and are saying shit about them. Like, does that make you a horrible person? Like, I feel like that's human nature. Like, let's be honest. Let's not throw stones in a glass house. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm perfect. I talk shit. Sometimes it's fun. I'm like, dude, did you see what that person said? It's like, are you crazy? Like, I just feel like sometimes, like, I feel like they don't have a brain. Like, you say something like that, which it's rude. It's rude. I understand that. But it's like, what the fuck else are we doing? We're in the house. We're bored. I'm tired of it. On the outside world, I have a million different things. I don't have to do it, but I still do it. Like, somebody will do something, like, or somebody will walk by and I'll talk shit to like my friend group. I'll be like, did you see that person? Like, what are they doing? Like, they're letting it all hang out, stuff like that. We talk shit. This is what we do. We're humans. And everybody like micromanages everybody, and they're like, they're so perfect and they never done anything. That's the thing that bothers me. Is I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh, you all are so perfect. You guys are all perfect. The ones that are judging the people in the house for saying some pretty rank shit sometimes. But it's like, I mean, again, I always go on the basis of like, if you're sitting there talking about somebody, you're like, they're fucking annoying me. God, they're so annoying. Like, oh, they just seem like a shitty person. Like, that to me is like, all right, relax. Let's not go after them. If they're saying racially driven shit, like religiously driven shit, anti-Semitic shit, like homophobic stuff, like directly, then I'm going to be like, yo, this person needs to get fucking crucified. Obviously, I'm going to be the first one to call it out. Like, even with Daniel, the way that he got up and was like really aggressive towards Taylor, I was like, bro, that was bad. And it looked at everybody on the outside viewed that negatively. That reflects poorly on you. I have no problem with that. But when everybody is like all high and mighty about, somebody, oh, because they're talking shit, like, guys, we all do it. We all do it. So that's why it's like when people are saying, like, you see the true colors of Terrence, like, yeah, I mean, there's been ways that Terrence has referred to Taylor that are, demeaning and derogatory, which he needs to know about. He needs to be aware, like, bro, you can't be calling, like I guess things that he was saying, like this bitch and shit like that, where it's like, dude, what are we doing here? Why would you refer to her that way, knowing that you're on television? Like, I guess that is where you could see people's true colors, but it's like, I don't know what it's like in his life where like he says that. He may say that to his wife talking about another woman, and his wife may be like, yeah, I was thinking the same thing about this bitch. Like she came up to me. And so like he's just used to talking that way. Us looking at it in a microscope, we're like, oh, you shouldn't talk that way. But it's like, does that make Terrence a piece of shit? I don't think so. I think that makes Terrence somebody that needs to learn like, hey, you can't talk like that. You get what I'm saying? Does everyone get what I'm saying? Does everyone get what I'm saying? Do you feel me on that? Yes, Peter Wong, I agree. I think there will probably be a real argument. Yeah, I mean, a real argument where like I could turn to somebody and be like, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't know. That doesn't even seem like I would never get like that in the Big Brother house. But it's like, yeah, definitely not like arguments we've seen in the past. People talk bad about the people saying bad things. They end up just doing the same thing that they're doing. Laugh my ass off. It's a vicious cycle. Drew, that is a great point. So like that's the point right there. Like the people that are dragging these people in the house for the way that they talk about a person, they are talking as aggressively on social media. And there's people that are like cheering them on. And for me, like that's why like I have the perspective that I have. Like I don't sit here and see, like, I see the people that are talking shit on the house guests that are in the house, and I'm like, you're just as bad as the people that, the reason why you're dragging them, you're doing, so you're just as bad as them. Like I don't sit here and be like, oh man, wow, what a, like, I'll sit here and be like, yeah, that was fucked up how Daniel talked to Taylor, and like, if that happened to me, I'd be like, wow. And like, I'm pretty self-aware. Like, there's times where like, I get loud, I raise my voice, I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't be doing that. There's times where I have arguments with my friends and I like take things too far. And I'll like I just had this with one of my best friends. I had an argument with him over the summer. This was like months ago. And I said shit and he was saying shit and we were pissing each other off. And then afterwards I was like, yeah, I went a little too far. That's going to be my bad. Like I went too far. Like I don't need anybody in the group. And honestly, quite frankly, if somebody in the group was like, Cody, you went too far, I would have been like, shut the fuck up. But like you come to the realization yourself. You know what I mean? Yes, Peter, one thing I've noticed a lot in recent seasons that they talk often about the optics while on the show. Yeah, which is like, it's, the outside has now completely infiltrated the game, which is really frustrating. That was what I had this take last year. I feel like social media has really influenced this game, not in a good way. It doesn't allow people like people are nervous. Like I'll tell you this, like, it's just like you go into the game, right? And say you put two people on the block. You have to worry how people on the outside are going to perceive it. And I think, like there's certain things on the outside that can be perceived. And it's like, if you don't have like people, like if they're just going to try to crush you on the outside and you don't have people that are like trying to understand and they just want to crush you, nobody's going to like ever really want to play this game to the full extent. Like, I mean, we talked about this, with the conversation between Brittany and Kyle, right? After Brittany and Kyle were having a conversation in the bathroom on the live show where they were talking about how, well, because Kyle had this paranoia that the people of color might have been working together or had this like, stronger bond, which I've said this on here. The past season with the cookout can cause you to be paranoid, but you got to play with what's in front of you. You got to see what's going on in front of you. And everything was pointing like away from the people of color having this like bond. It's like, it just was so far off that's why I feel like Kyle was just getting crucified. But like Brittany said to him like, oh, I don't know. Like, I don't want like, or she said to Michael, I think, and then ended up having the conversation with Kyle. But she said to Michael something like, oh, I don't like the optics of that. I don't like the optics of that. It's like, what if that's happening right in front of you? You're like, oh, I don't like the optics of it. Like, I don't like that. It's like, oh, I don't like the optics of that storyline or doing that. It's like, okay, well, if you don't like the optics, are you just going to turn and just, if that's what is happening, if that's what's happening, and like maybe the people of color are working together and they're targeting you, it's like, oh, if you don't like the optics, you're not going to target them. Is that like, what are you doing here? Then what are you doing to play the game? You get what I'm saying? And so that's where it's like everything, like when people are talking about how things can be perceived outside, if they do X, like I saw it earlier in the season, like Daniel was talking about it. Daniel's like, oh man, I put up Terrence and Taylor. Am I going to be viewed a certain type of way? And it's like, if you have a justifiable reason why you're putting people on the block, what does it matter? Now, if you're doing it for fucking biases and different reasons, then you're a piece of shit. Like, that's how it goes. Like, that's the world we live in. We need to call it out. But if you're like justified, it's like, what are the optics to the outside? It's like, you got to do what's best for you in the game. That's kind of that. Like, that's what you go into Big Brother to win the money. You get what I'm saying? I totally agree, Cody. It's tough. I wish everyone could play the game judgment free. I know it's not possible anymore. Oh no, yeah, I agree with you. Music and mental health. It is not possible. It's not possible. That's just not where we are anymore. Have I seen Monty's reaction to things Paloma said? I'm not sure what you're talking about. So I'm assuming that I have not. I'm assuming I have not. Maybe a way to solve this could be that the feeds are only on 12 hours a day and some rooms in the house are never on the feeds. I don't know. Christmas wasn't in the best position. Wait, I missed stuff. I agree Devon played really bad and sank Belly's game and hers. Oh, I missed stuff up here. Music and mental health. I didn't like how Daniel said all the right things in his post-game interviews, but then on his social media, he's done an about face. I don't know what that means, but I'm assuming what you're saying is that he was saying everything in the post interviews and then went on his social media and then just like flip-flopped. Is that what you're saying? Christmas did a good job. What did I think about the fight between Day-Bay and Christmas? Personal game information. So, I mean, I talked about that on the feeds in the house because I remember it was like, it was taken personally what Christmas did because Bailey shared information with Christmas that was, that she felt was personal. That wasn't personal information. Like, Christmas asked Bailey who the one person that she's closest with was, and Bailey said Devon. Like, that's game information. That's not personal. That's not like Bailey told Christmas a story about something that happened outside of the house, and then Christmas decided during her nominations, I'm nominating Bailey because of this reason. Then it would have been like, that's fucking personal as hell. Like, why? What does that have to do with the game? So that's what I think about that. There was also other reasons that I don't think they fully showed, which were that, like, Christmas was privy to conversations that none of us were because they didn't realize that Christmas was in the committee. And so there were conversations about, Kaser was talking about having everybody target Tyler, myself, Nicole. And so Christmas was privy to these conversations and heard that. And so when she won the HOH, she was like, okay, there's people in the house that would target my alliance. I should target them. And also, I know I'm not their number one. So, like, that whole thing with Christmas was not personal. Now, the fight between her and Bailey was like OD. I thought that was super OD. Like, Bailey was trying to, well, also, it didn't start with Bailey. It started with Devon. And Devon was like talking quietly. They were in the bathroom. And I first noticed it because, like, I heard Christmas getting louder. I was like, what the fuck is going on over there? Like, that doesn't sound like a quiet conversation. And when I looked over, it was like Christmas was really pissed off and Devon was almost trying to, like, chill it down. She was like, all right, like, fucking relax. Like, what are we doing here? Stop. You're making a scene. And so then it's like, I guess, combination of that, like, Devon pretty much removed herself, which was the best thing to do because, like, Devon doesn't really take shit from people. So she was like, fuck this. Like, I'm not going to sit here and have you talk to me that way because that's not, I have to deal with this game, but also I don't like dealing with people like that in my fucking real life. I would never let somebody do this in my real life. So now I got to remove myself from this situation. Then Bailey came out and immediately Christmas starts clapping in her face. I mean, I was sitting there like, dude, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is happening here? And so that whole thing was, like, really aggressive, but also was because Christmas there was more information that Christmas couldn't share with them as to why they were being nominated. But, like, my thing is I didn't agree because Bailey and I had a fucking incredible relationship in the house, just on a personal level and also game, because Bailey was telling me about all these conversations. Like, Bailey would come to me and be like, yeah, Kaser was saying this. And, like, this is what he's trying to describe, but like, I got your back. Like, I fucking love Bailey. Like, she's the best. And I was so pissed that she went home that week. Because, like, I would have worked with Bailey, like, deep into the game. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. But Bailey, I never, like, distrusted because it was like, oh, yeah, this stuff that you were hearing, like, Bailey was telling me that. Like, I knew that. That's somebody I trusted that I could work with because they're telling me the information. That's why I was also pissed. I was like, why are we sending Bailey home? But I was also, my grandfather had passed away that week. So, like, I was just checked out. Once I found out that information, I was like, whatever the house wants, like, I don't care. Like, I'll vote however, but everybody's voting. And then I remember in my goodbye message when I watched that back, like, Bailey, like, looked at me like, what the fuck are you saying, dude? And because, like, I was just rambling in my goodbye message to Bailey, which kind of sucked. So, yeah, that was that whole fight. That fight was intense, though. It was intense. I remember I just dipped out. I was like, fuck this. I'm going outside. And then Davon and Bailey came outside, and I thought they handled it really well because they were just, like, chilling. But anyway. Bailey, I don't agree with that, William Dang. I don't think Bailey is just a great character and not a good player. I think Bailey's a very good player. I think Bailey, both times she played the game, ended up kind of like, the first time was with Swaggy, which, I mean, honestly, fuck it, because it worked out. Like, her and Swaggy are amazing. They're married. They have a kid. It's like, so it's like, whatever. It didn't go her way, but like life went her way because she met the love of her life and now she's moving forward with that. But the second time, Bailey would have crushed that game. Bailey was supposed to be in the committee. When Memphis and I first talked about the committee members, Bailey was one of the initial people mentioned. And then think about that. The game would have been completely different for Bailey. So I don't think people knew that. I don't know if the feeds were down. I don't know. I don't think that was shown. It might have been shown. But Bailey was supposed to be in the committee. Actually, I don't think it was close. I don't think it was shown. Christmas clapping in her face is definitely a trigger. I'm definitely ready to fight if you disrespect me like that in that moment. It was personal. Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, that is personal to you. But, like, she wasn't doing that and clapping in her face. It was a lot. Trust me. I get it. The clapping in her face, I would have been like, yo. If you don't get your fucking hands out of my face, I wouldn't say this to Christmas, but like if a guy was doing this to me, right? You know what I'm saying? Like vice versa. Not to Christmas. I wouldn't say this. I'd be like, dude, if your hands don't get the fuck out of my face, I will be getting booted out of this house. Get your fucking hands out of my face. I can't be more serious about it. They won't get in here fast enough to stop me from fucking you up. That would be ultimately the route that I went. I'm like, they won't get in here fast enough. So that shit would piss me off. Well, Nicole wasn't supposed to be in the alliance. Danny convinced Memphis to not bring in Bailey and to bring in Nicole, but Nicole wasn't supposed to be in there. It was supposed to be Danny, Christmas, Bailey, Tyler, myself, and Memphis. That was supposed to be the 6. And I was honestly, when Memphis said it to me, I was down. I was like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, that's a great. Because I was like, I have my good relationship with Nicole. We have final 2. Don't care if she's in this because I have my relationship with her, which protects me outside of the alliance. I was like, I have my relationship with Enzo. Final 2 protects me outside of the alliance. I fucking loved Bailey, so I was like, perfect, she's in. Christmas was the only one where I was like, I don't even talk to her. But Danny was good, and Memphis was good. Tyler was good. I was like, all right, dope, we're good. But then Danny didn't, because it was like Bailey and Davon were like super close. And my thing was like Bailey and Davon tried to make it. They were like, we don't even hang out with each other. And we're like, yeah, you do. I was like, I think I said it to Bay. I was like, Bay. Right? I was like, Bailey, you and Davon walked in and you picked the 2 beds next to each other. I was like, what are you talking about? But honestly, that was just my relationship with Bailey. Like Bailey was somebody that was so easy to talk to that I could just like fucking not have to worry about the game. We would like talk about, she would tell me about her relationship with Swag, her friends from back home. I would talk about Christy. I would talk about my friends from back home. Her and I clicked. I was so pissed when she went home. How did we get here? Oh, I think that's how we got here. Somebody brought up the Christmas Bailey and Davon fight. That's right. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, how are we talking about this? We were supposed to spill some tea about the feeds, and I'm out here talking about All-Stars. It's like, it's done, Cody. All-Stars is over. 2 years ago. Nobody remembers who you are. Let it go. God. Idiot. Oh my. Yo, music and mental health. What's your name? Because, like, I hate having to say, you know what? I'll just call you MMH. MMH. That works. That works. I think the house will smarten up anytime soon and realize it's imperative to get out Michael ASAP if they want a chance. I mean, bro, I have no idea. Like, are they going to finally smarten up? Like, what are they doing? This guy is running through the game. He's running through the game. But I will say this, like, Monty and Taylor had a conversation where they were talking about Michael and all the wins that he has. Kyle, Alyssa, Terrence, they're talking about Michael on the outside. About a perfect time to backdoor him, because if he doesn't, he can't play in the HOH. Excuse me. He can't play in the HOH, so it would be a perfect time to backdoor him. But somebody, I don't know, that would have to be like Kyle. Terrence can't compete, so Alyssa. I don't see Turner doing that. So it's like, are they? I think they are getting like smarter to that whole situation. But what are they going to do about it? I don't know, because I think Kyle or Alyssa are the only two from the one side that'll do it. Terrence can't compete, so he can't do it. Turner will not do it. Joseph's probably going home. And then on the other side, I don't think Monty will take that shot. Like, Monty will go after Kyle. Like, Monty's not going to believe shit Kyle's saying. Taylor, she'll go after Kyle. Brittany, I don't know, because Brittany and Michael were having that relationship. Like, Taylor will 100%. Mark. Okay. I like that, Mark. I'll call you Mark. Terrence's best move is to get rid of Joseph. Kay, let's go. Kay, hello Alliance. I'm almost home. Kay, be careful while you're driving. All right. Kay, what happened to your work hours? Yeah, I think this is, even if people didn't like All Stars, they knew Cody deserved to win. I appreciate that. And I think, honestly, that was what, I gotta be honest with you. I can't even tell you how many people said that. Like, a lot of people were like, All Stars was boring, I didn't like it, but I know you deserve to win. Like, that's the one thing I did know. I was like, all right, yo, I appreciate that. I was like, it is what it is. Like, I mean, you know, like, I don't take it personally if they're like, yo, your season was boring. I'd be like, yo, I mean, what the fuck? Yo, I thought I was entertaining, but like, I mean, I can't make up the whole show. You know what I'm saying? Turner will do it. Joe exposed Michael, Brittany, and Taylor. Ooh, Richard. That's a hot take. Terrence wasn't just talking shit. He's a misogynist through and through. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Like, that's a trigger word for me, Brandy. Like, misogynist, like, everybody throws the word misogynist around a lot. Like, was it demeaning? Yeah, I thought it was fucked up. But, like, misogynist? Guys, like, let me tell you what a misogynist is. Misogynist. Oh. Like, so a person who dislikes, despises, or is strongly prejudiced against women. Just because he talks shit doesn't make him a misogynist. Like, that's my thing. Is like, yeah, what Terrence has said is fucked up. And it's really, there's no excuse for it. But it's like, yeah, he was talking about Taylor in a horrible way, calling her like this bitch and saying shit. Like, that's terrible. Like, I mean, and I'm just thinking on the outside, like, if somebody was saying that, if my sister's in the house, like, somebody in the house saying that, we're going to have fucking words afterwards, period. Like, I can guarantee you that. Like, if somebody's describing my sister, like, I don't know if Taylor has any brothers, but if she was my sister, I'd be like, yo, Terrence, yo, you're a grown-ass man. Like, you're about to get slapped around by a guy a lot younger than you. Why the fuck are you saying that about my sister? But does that make him a misogynist? No. Does it make him an ass? Yeah. Does it make him a dick? Maybe. But a misogynist? It's like, guys, that's an extreme word. A very extreme word. I just think it's thrown around too often. You get what I'm saying? I mean, but everybody's entitled to their opinion. You could think whatever you want. I just feel like that. You know what I'm saying? But to each their own. People could think that. Mark, it was interesting to see your progression on that season. You were in a much different space than season 16 and played a different game, completely different. Yeah. Well, Bruno just keeps coming into the lives. I love it. You love to see it. You love to see it. Bruno, what's going on, bro? I'm going to fucking dominate you in Call of Duty. Are you ready for the new one? Modern Warfare 2. Let's get weird. You know what I mean? Only Bruno. We got to get weird. If we're not getting weird, then I'm not down. But if we're getting weird, then I'm down. No, Cody, I'm riding with some. I'm almost some. Joseph handles very bad being. Yeah. Yeah, people throw that word on way too easily nowadays. Yeah, it's you know, misogynist. It's like, dude, misogynist is like just because you call, like, I mean, there's a lot more that I feel like goes into like misogynist. It's like every time a woman talks, you speak over them. Every time you talk to a woman, you talk down to them. Like every chance you get, it's like it seems a little bit more like I got to be honest with you, Taylor. I mean, Taylor definitely has a different type of personality, whether it's from her background in the pageantry, just like dealing with different people, could possibly be that, could be a certain way that she has to hold herself when she's doing these competitions. That is what she's used to seeing, because it seems like she's been doing it, and she's done it at the highest level. Like this, Taylor's not just like, oh, I did pageantry. Taylor's like, no, I won. Like, I'm fucking the real deal. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like she may hold herself in a way that I think definitely rubbed people the wrong way. And I will tell you this. We saw a side of Taylor when she won the HOH where I honestly, and I'm guys, I'm here. I just give you my honest opinion. I was on the Taylor train and I was fucking livid with how everybody was treating her. And I thought it was disgusting. And then Taylor won the HOH and I was seeing her and the way that she talked. And I was like, oh, I see this. I see a different side of her right now than like because in the beginning it was like, you feel bad for her because she's doing nothing wrong. But then as she was doing, like, she has an arrogance to her. And if you're not like I definitely have an arrogance to me, and I have to like dial it back. And I only do it really around my like close friends. When I'm in the Big Brother house, like I don't talk a certain way because I'm like, people are going to not like that. People are going to not like that. They're going to think I'm a little too arrogant. So I got to dial that back. But then honestly, you guys get me on here. You get me as my like truest self. Like it is what it is. Like I wouldn't say I'm like full of myself, but like I'm definitely like, bro, like I definitely know my worth. And so I feel like Taylor has a similar thing. And if you don't dial that back, people are gonna be like, what are you doing? And we saw a little bit of that personality start to come out when she was the HOH. And so that's why I was like, maybe that was what was coming out right in the beginning. And people were like, oh, wow, this girl's like, I don't know. I don't really mess with this girl. And then they moved on. And then it was like everybody was piling onto it. So it was easy to get on board with. Get what I'm saying? Let's get weird. We shouldn't call people racist, misogynist, or homophobic. Other people just because they don't like them. Yeah. Yeah, or show the receipts for proof. Yeah, I think that all gets thrown around. I think those words get thrown around a lot. Like a lot. It's like immediately, like a lot of things, like immediately you're a racist, or a lot of things you're a misogynist, or you're homophobic. It's like you throw it around so much, you're like diluting these these people that are labeled that. We should know. It's like, no, you're definitely a fucking racist. Like I everything you're saying, like that's like I don't want to be near you. Like you're a fucking problem. But it's like now it's like everybody just like throws it around. It's like, boom, you're a racist. It's like, oh. It's like everybody just is like throwing this shit around constantly. DeBron was brand new to BB and was in Taylor's position earlier this season. How do you think Devon would have responded? It's hard to say. I think everybody would have probably like put yourself in that situation. I think Devon would have been in a similar situation as Taylor. It's like you're fucking being ostracized. Like, I don't know. It's like I would have dealt with it the same way Taylor did too. Like I would have been like, okay, I can't say anything. It would have made me like, so I'm like a combination of an introvert and an extrovert. Like something like that happening to me early on. Like I like being accepted early into the group, and then I get more comfortable and I become more of myself. But early on, I'm very timid. If that happened to me and I was in Taylor's situation, I would have been in a shell. I would have felt very weird. Like I would have been so nervous to even speak, because that's how I am initially. I'm very nervous to speak right off the bat. Then once I get more comfortable, I have no problem speaking up. But early on in large groups, like I'm very nervous to speak, because I'm like, I don't want people to judge me. I don't want people to dislike me. What if I say something that's stupid? Like, what if I'm trying to be funny and people are like, oh, you're not funny. You're just an idiot. So I don't know. I think anybody that was put in Taylor's situation would have been shell shocked the same way Taylor was. Kodo, you dropped this crown. Oh my God, GOML snipers, yes. Not say, and that's the thing that bothered me, right? In the beginning, they were like pegging Taylor as a bad person, but it's like, okay, she holds herself this type of way. It doesn't make her a shitty person. Like, yeah, okay. Some people like, hey, like when you do this, like, it's kind of like people are kind of feeling this way. But also, it's like that was said, but it was said way too aggressively to her. Like she was literally told by Daniel, you're going on the block because you're rubbing people the wrong way. And she's sitting here being like, can you imagine that situation? You were just being yourself. Like, you're doing your thing, you're thinking you're accepted, and then all of a sudden you find out, like, no, there's a bunch of people that you're rubbing the wrong way. It's like, what? Terrence is going to have problems when he returns to Chicago. I don't want that kind of smoke. That's waiting on him. Insert side-eye gif. Yeah. Why do you think Terrence took down Turner to put up Kyle if he still wants Joseph out? More blood on his hands for what? What is the strategy there? I'm eager to find out. What I'm thinking from the outside perspective is that they concocted this thing about what it would be perceived as to the other side. I think everybody outside knows that Kyle blew up the leftovers because Joseph was having a conversation with Terrence about the left, like literally saying to Terrence, Kyle exposed the leftovers. And so I'm assuming it was known in the entire backyard. And so now they're doing damage control to help move forward on the other side. I think they're all included in it. I think Turner's included. I think Kyle's included. I think Alyssa and Terrence, they're trying to protect themselves and find a way to navigate it. Now, what I think is stupid is if they do that and they're like, okay, we're going to protect these two who are still in the leftovers. They're going to play it. Ultimately, you're protecting two people to then target yourself. It's like we're outside of leftovers. Like for Terrence is outside of leftovers. He knows about the leftovers and he's sending one of the leftovers home. Why would you keep that a secret? Like, I'm sorry. If I'm Terrence, blabbermouth. I am going into the other side and I'm going to go right up to Monty, right up to Michael, right up to Brittany, right up to Taylor. And I'm going to go, hey, Kyle told me about the leftovers. And Kyle wanted to send home Joseph. My hands were tied. That's all I could do. And then let them target Kyle. That's what I would do. Taryn doesn't think that Kyle... Come on, you don't have to tell me where Taryn's from. I know Taryn. Taryn doesn't think that Kyle... Taryn thinks that Kyle didn't plan the renom. It's possible. It's very possible. Yeah, it's Wednesday, new episode today, and tomorrow's eviction. Yes, sir. I don't like how Taylor always wants to do things for great TV. Play the game. Yeah, I mean, hey, whatever. Like, so here's the thing, which Taylor said she wanted to come in and play like a Janelle type game. Like, you got to get after it if you want to play a Janelle type game. You got to be like about the drama. You got to be fighting. You got to be winning vetoes. It's like you got to be calling people out. It's like, no, you're F you. So that's great TV. But here's the thing is that like Janelle, like that's just who Janelle is. Like I got to know Janelle playing the All-Stars, even though it wasn't that long, but like Janelle, which I'm pissed because when I was live on here the other day, somebody mentioned that they didn't really show a lot of the conversations because the feeds were down constantly on All Stars. But like I hung out with Janelle a ton in the third week when she went home. And Janelle and I would talk shit about people in the house. We would talk shit about people outside the house. Like we love that. We love doing that. Janelle's personality, like what you see of Janelle on TV is exactly who Janelle is. Like she's not playing anybody, which is why I feel like a lot of people sometimes they like see someone like Janelle, right? Janelle's a fan favorite. They're like, oh, I want to be like Janelle. But it's like, if you're not like Janelle, you can't be like Janelle. You got to go in there and be the best version of yourself. And if it is similar to Janelle, then fuck it. Like it's similar to Janelle. But like, if you try to emulate her, it's like, yeah, you're going to fall on your face. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Terrence is going to go in that house singing like the Temptations immediately. I would do the same thing. I would do the same thing. I wouldn't keep nothing a secret. Facts, K. I think Taylor is not really an advanced BB player. I think she just thinks about random things. Mark, facts. I mean, Taylor's not a great Big Brother player. Like, it is what it is. Like, I'm sorry. Taylor's still going to win America's favorite. I still like Taylor. Taylor's not a very good Big Brother player. She has a lot to learn. Guys, let me say this too. To not just say, oh, Taylor's not a Big Brother. Most people that play Big Brother are not Big Brother, are good Big Brother players. I would say on a season of 16 people, there's like 3 or 4 solid Big Brother players in the house. What do you guys think about that? Of the season of 16, I would say probably like a quarter of them are actually like good Big Brother players. And the rest of them are like a combination of like go with the flow, floaters, just trying to get a grasp on the game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, do you guys agree with me or no? It's 4v4 right now, inside versus outside. Right, like, guys, like, you can go through the seasons. You can go through the seasons and just, like, you can find the people that were good players and were not good players. It's like, and I'm telling you right now, like, majority are not. This season has me really questioning applying for BB. It's so risky now that BB Twitter will cancel you. Yeah, but if you go in there, like, if they can try, but if there's no substance behind it, then, like, what are they going to do? You would love to see a season full of masterminds to see how that shakes out. Shit would get real. This season, the best players, Michael, Brittany, because Nicole and Amir are gone. I think another good player from this season is Monty. I don't think Monty's a bad Big Brother player. Monty's like in alliances. He's having conversations. He's forming good relationships. I think Joseph's a good player. I think Kyle's a sloppy player, but at least he's trying to play. I think Brittany understands the game, but is Brittany really a great player this season? Is she great? Or is she a good player? Like, Brittany's just getting by. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't like peg Brittany. I'm like, wow. What I do say is I know Brittany's a super fan. I know Brittany understands this game like the back of her hand. I know that. But is Brittany like going through this game and being like a good player? Like, Brittany's ultimately like floating. Like, she's a super fan, but she's like floating. BB25 fans versus favorites. Why have they not done that? Why have they not done that? Brittany won the veto. Put some respect on my girl's name. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Brittany won the veto this week. Come on now. That's right. Yo, keep me honest, Brianna. Keep me honest. Keep me straight up. Like, call me out when I'm saying some bullshit. Be like, yo, Cody, you're wild right now. Just chill. Because Brittany has won the veto. Now, does that change what I said about her? Oh my God, in 10 to 15 years, if not sooner, we can have second generation players. Talk to me. Brittany is moonwalking the final two. No one is touching her. Yeah. Brittany has a mastermind strategic mind for sure. Oh, yeah. Brittany. So I agree. Brittany is definitely very strategic. She's a very strategic player. But like you can be strategic and be a floater at the same time. Like, I mean, straight up. You can. Can you? Would I go on a sibling season with Paulie? On Big Brother? No. Absolutely not. I'm not playing a sibling season with Paulie on Big Brother. Hell no. Would I do Bloodlines on the challenge? They stand no chance. No chance. I'm like not even exaggerating. I don't know what group of challenge players even have a close matchup to Paulie and I. I don't know. Like, we would crush a Bloodline season. Crush it. Yo, Brittany has 2 wins under her belt and is tied with Kyle and Terrence. Yeah, but like that goes along the lines of like, does winning make you less of a floater? Like Terrence, I don't care. Terrence is a floater. That guy is lost. He doesn't even know what's happening in the game. So like, yes. Terrence having the same amount of wins as Terrence means nothing. Having the same amount of wins as Kyle, like Kyle is in a different situation, right? He has the alliance. It's like, okay, all this stuff. So I don't know. But oh my God, Turner's now talking about pinning the leftover blow up on Joseph. Sarah, so I, after getting the call for this most recent one and it not really fitting into my schedule, and then having this way. Jesus, get my chair under here. Let me see. Alyssa Turner and Terrence just agreed to evict Joseph and stick together. Oh my God. Why do they cast so many people that are not fans and do not even watch the show? Would love to see y'all on the Challenge MTV. I think they do that because they want a combination, right? They want a combination of people that like the show. They want a combination of people that are learning it because they think it makes for like a good melting pot of like drama, maybe a combination of. Because, like, here's the thing. They need personalities. Like, if you did a bunch of Big Brother super fans, everybody would be, like, laying low for the first couple weeks. Everybody would be like, I'm going to chill. And then you'd have, like, no drama. And then you'd have nobody to, like, hate. Like, here's the thing, right? We love watching reality shows. Like, Christy and I do this. Like, Christy and I are going to watch some Love Island tonight. Babe, how many episodes? Oh, she's on a meeting. Chrissy and I are on like 21 episodes of Love Island. And the other night I was cracking up because we were just like sitting there, just like dragging the people, like mocking them, which is like the best. Like, why do we watch reality TV? To escape and make fun of the people on the TV to make us feel better about ourselves. That's why we watch reality. So that I can mock them. Even though if I was on there, I'd probably be saying and doing the same shit. So that's why we need some people that are not super fans of the show. Because we need people that are willing to go in there and just be entertaining. You heard it here first. What's my thoughts on the new Challenge USA right now? It's kind of boring. It's boring. There's no drama. There's the competition. There's a little bit in the middle, and then there's the competition at the end. It's like, I'm like bored. I like watch it because I want to keep up with it. I want to see my boy Enzo dominate, obviously. But I'm like I'll get like 3 episodes behind, watch one, skip one, watch another. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Mark, you're Canadian living in the U.S. right now. Yo, holla at your boy. If everyone knew the show, it wouldn't be as good. Yeah. The genes are strong. Wait, what happened about Turner? Turner is gonna go where the wind blows. Yeah, Turner. But Turner's doing that like strategically. Turner's a good player. Turner's a good player. I'm sorry, but I can't with Love Island. Yo, Love Island slaps. Love Island slaps, people. Love Island's really good. I heard Love Island UK is even better, but I don't watch it because it's on Hulu, and I have Peacock, so I watch Love Island US, and I'll tell you right now, we like it. 90 Day Fiance is best for that. Is there a new Love Island season? Yes. I tried to watch it, Kay. I couldn't make it through an episode. Yeah. Hello, Cody. Did I notice that Joseph's getting attacked on Twitter for trying to save himself? No, I did not know that. What are they saying about Joseph? Wait. Cody, is it true during Raw season Nicole gave me an atomic wedgie? No, that was Zach. That's a good point, William Dang. Would I have ever gone on a dating show? Definitely not. What's so good about Love Island? Is it like The Bachelor? The drama. Like, people be in a couple. People be coupled up. They're like, yo, oh my God. And then all of a sudden, somebody else walks in. Smoke show. They're like, oh, what? I want to be over here. No, but I want back over here. It's like drama. And then, like, one's crying. Everybody's like, oh my God. It's like great. It's like the kind of drama I like. Like Temptation Island. Love that show. Temptation Island, Love Island. No, not Temptation Island. Too Hot to Handle. Too Hot to Handle. Love that one. Temptation Island, actually, I do like. Wait, we watched Temptation Island. There's a third one that I don't watch. But I like Temptation Island. I just didn't watch this most recent one because I watched, like, the couples, and I was like, man, didn't like them, so I didn't even watch it. Love Love Island. Love Too Hot to Handle. Too Hot to Handle is my jam. Love that show. He's throwing Taylor under the bus. They're accusing him of throwing Taylor under the bus when he didn't. He was actually throwing Michael. I mean, Big Brother Twitter just sucks sometimes. I mean, like, I don't really know how else to describe it. Like, it's like he mentioned Taylor's name. It's like, oh, drag him. It's like, what? It's like, what do you expect these people to do? Just bow out and be like, all right, I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus. Like, you know. One of the most memorable, best moves, and most talked about things that ever happened in Big Brother was Dan literally dogging his entire alliance to get Brittany, a fan favorite, put on the block and sent home. He is literally celebrated for that. And we're over here like trying to drag Joseph. It's like, just fucking stop. That's all I got to say to that. Joseph getting outplayed by Kyle and Twitter can't stand it. Yeah. Don't worry, Code, you're hilarious. I appreciate that. That was actually really funny. Because, like, she ripped his underwear. Like, Nicole ripped the shit out of Zach's underwear. Like, bad. See, Bachelor in Paradise I never got into. Isaiah, I have not spoken to Nicole. I do like The Circle. I like The Circle a lot. But I haven't watched The Circle. I haven't watched the most recent season of The Circle. Kristen, I have to watch that, which honestly is doable. Like, we're going through Love Island right now, and there's like, how many episodes are on Love Island total? No, I can't be right. Okay, so it's usually like 20 something episodes. 22, 34, 29. So I think we have like a few episodes left. But yeah, I'm about that. Yo, Gonaloof, what's going on? Oh, Indigo Blue 57, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Guys, if you haven't done so already, people, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to the goal of 1,000 subscribers. Let's see where we're at. We are at 823. Tutu the Budgie. Tutu the Budgie, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate it. Cody, I love your outlook and the fact that you speak from experience. I'm going to hop off and catch up on the feeds to film my recap, but I will finish watching later. Mona, thank you so much for stopping by, and enjoy watching the feeds and recording your episode. Yo, Lena, that's a pretty funny question. Is it embarrassing farting on the feeds, or did you not really think about it? There was a point where I was thinking about it, and then a point where I just let it go. And I was like, fuck it, dude. I was like, whatever. Dan and BB14 had no game equity to win because nobody wanted a two-time winner, and they had to backstab everybody to make a final two. Yeah, I mean, Dan not winning that season, Ian's a great player. Ian's a very good winner, very, worthy winner. But, should Ian have beat Dan? I'm upset we don't have another Turner Jasmine segment. Oh, yeah. That's going to be devastating. I love the Turner Jasmine segments. Those were fire. Fire. Oh, my back. Oh. Guys, does anybody know? Ooh. You guys ever do that where you crack your back and it just feels like it takes the wind out of you? Felt good. It's my lower back, though. You know a relationship isn't real unless you can be comfy and fart around each other. Yeah, I don't know. I guess. I don't know. I'm going to miss being able to watch podcasts live when I go back to work next week at a local school. Oh, shit. Aren't the comps easier this year? I think even Big D could have won one of these comps. You know what I like about these HOH comps is that this year they've implemented an athletic, aspect to it, which now is not going to benefit people that are of good stature. But then again, it's right? They had the one where they were going on the lines. They had the first one. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like it is. Random, have you ever given or gotten a swirly before? Fuck no. Random ass question. I like it though. I like the questions. I'm going to go on a hard take and say we will never see a 2-time winner unless it's an all-winner season. Gone aloof. I couldn't agree with you more. The only way we're going to get a 2-time winner is an all-winner season. It's the only way we can do it. Not going to lie, I'm sitting here working from home, but here for the last hour. Yeah. I mean, it's just really, I got to be honest with you. People do this all the time. Like when I have stuff, I keep streamers up. I keep people that are streaming. I just leave it up. I like listening to it. It's like instead of listening to music or listening to a podcast, you just listen to the live stream. And then you could also be like, oh, wait, what? And then like actually type something. When your mother tongue is in English but French, it's hard to understand everything house guests are whispering. Yeah, I feel you. With Derek and I going on all winter season, I got to be honest with you. I don't think Derek would ever play again. And I got to be honest with you, for myself too. I don't know. Like 3 months is such a long time. And again, maybe it's because I've played very recently, but those 3 months were so brutal for me that I cannot imagine being in that house again for 3 months right now. I cannot imagine that right now. You know what I'm saying? BB can comps over BB US comps. That I must admit. Okay, Kay. All right. I got to be honest with you. I did really like Big Brother Canada's competitions. You like osteo... God. Osteopathic treatments. Is that where you like get adjusted? It's like... I work with kids with special needs, specifically in a room with kids who deal with autism. No way I can live stream. Oh, yeah. No, that's true. That's true, Aura. I used to do that as well. I used to work with students that had learning disabilities. I would substitute at my mom's school. That my mom was like, because my mom worked with the child study team. And there were times where they would bring me in and I worked in the one classroom. And then whenever the teacher was gone, they were like, we need your son to come back in. Because like I worked really well with the one student. Brittany winning veto was a fluke. Everyone gets lucky once in a blue moon. Facts. For 50K, am I down? Kevin Jacobs. Kevin Jacobs is a legend. Kevin is not better than Dr. Will. Let's relax, okay? Relax. And I love Kevin. I think Kevin's a great player. Monty told Taylor that all of Michael's answers would have won, but he folded. Oh, he threw it to her. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Michael said that. So, Cody, I hurt my back, and every so often it goes out. I go to and get ultrasound and movements, no cracking. Same with Terrence will never win another one. Hermdog, 100K? Now you got me. I'll never say no. I'll never say no to that. But CBS, they won't do that. They won't be like, we'll bet you 100K. Paulie said he used to give me wedgies and swirlies growing up. Now that's bullshit. You're wrong. Kiana35, thank you for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate you. Yeah, I need honestly, I think all it is that I really need to do is I need to stretch. I need to stretch. Wait a minute. President Joe Biden announced a student loan forgiveness plan on Wednesday? What? What is that about? Oh, is that? Oh, wow. So people that make $125,000 or less will have $10,000 of their student loan forgiven, the federal loans. Wow. Did you guys hear that? When was the last time I spoke to Zach? Student debt forgiveness plan may cost taxpayers an average of $2,000 per CNBC. We are not paying $2,000 more. Yeah, it's just saying that they'll take. I mean, it's probably just another thing that's making our taxes go up. That's crazy. And if you have Pell Grant. Oh. It's pretty crazy. How's that going to cause a spike? That is crazy. That is crazy. Plan on the feeds is to blame all. It's going to backfire so bad. Oh my God. It's going to backfire so badly. That is not. They're not going to believe shit they say if they try to come in here telling them that Joseph was the reason that the leftovers got exposed. That's shit. Oh, Pell Grant means that you qualify for financial aid. Yeah, the U.S. is much higher with college tuitions. Yeah, you can pause payments until January 2023. I think I heard. You think you heard that Kyle might move to Florida? You heard them talking about it around 10 a.m. today? He's talking about moving in with Joseph. Yeah, Paulie's lying. I feel like people are dragging Alyssa Terrence right now. I don't know who this person is. They go, I would rather take a razor scooter to the ankle than have to see Kyle, Alyssa, and Terrence in the house another week. I need Turner to be playing Kyle, Alyssa, Terrence in the house. Yo, people are going in. It's plainly obvious for the inside that Kyle is the one leaking the leftovers because he protected Alyssa 2 times. Exactly. There's no way any information is going to get pinned on anywhere, being that Kyle and Alyssa are both going to be safe this week when they had 3 leftover members off the block. But then again, I think Terrence winning the veto maybe saves that a little bit, but I agree. I think that there's no way they get around that. They're screwed. They're screwed. Cody, how do people not see that Michael is a threat? Because he's playing a really good game. I think that people know Michael is a threat. They know that Michael's a beast and he's won a ton of competitions. What I don't think they realize is how quickly the numbers dwindle, and then it becomes even harder to get a person out that is that good at competitions, because it becomes substantially easier when you're competing in a veto against a bunch of people that haven't won a lot of vetoes. And so, like, my biggest thing is I always use this example. Like, Frankie was so good, and if it was not for the rewind where I knew exactly the competition that we had to do and I could prepare, Frankie wins the veto. Frankie won the HOH and the veto final 5 of 16. Final 4, Frankie would have competed in the web veto. Frankie is brilliant. So in that competition, Derek, Victoria, or Caleb wouldn't have come close. They couldn't have come close to me on that, because just the amount that I study, like you guys see, I've done these competitions like the back of my hand. Frankie maybe would have. Frankie possibly would have, because like Frankie just like, he was just good. I don't know. So it's like I feel like they don't realize how quickly it's going to creep up on them. And then all of a sudden, Michael's going to be like, oh yeah, I won the veto this week. I won the HOH. Yeah, I'm going to final 3. I'm going to study it. And like next thing you know, it's going to be like, wait a minute. How did they not send Michael home? And it's like, because there was 1 week that they had a chance. There's going to be 1 week. And if they don't do it in that 1 week, he's going right to the end of the game. Because they all know that he's good at comps. I don't think any of them realize how quickly it sneaks up that like, oh, you're competing in every veto and now you're that much harder to beat. And then it's like he needs a little luck. Like he needs Brittany to pull out an HOH one of the weeks. Like he needs Brittany to win an HOH in a week where he can't compete. Like I got very lucky. Like it went in my favor. In the final 5 HOH, if Christmas wins that HOH and Nicole wins that veto, I am going home. They are voting me out. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. They all were talking at that point how hard it would have been to beat me in the end. So I'm going home. Nicole wins it, so I'm safe that week, and then I end up winning out so that nobody could send me home. Like that needs to happen for Michael in order for him to win the game. That needs to happen for everybody, unless you're like somebody that's throwing comps. So that's what I think about Michael. And we'll see if they, if they see the opportunity, they take it. Like right now, they're already talking about Michael being a good backdoor next week. Monty and Taylor have talked about how difficult and Michael needs to go. Like Monty was saying how he doesn't know if he wants to work with Michael all the way to final 5 because he's won so many competitions and then he's going to be competing. So it may be tough. Like, so I could see Monty maybe taking a shot. So it's going to be a tough road for Kyle. He's going to need to win comps and he's going to need to get a little bit of luck. Like, somebody like Brittany winning the HOH, because I think anybody else winning the HOH, if he doesn't win the veto, they'll look to backdoor him. They'll look to backdoor him at this point forward. But I also think that Kyle staying in the game is going to mask that. Because if Kyle stays in the game, then it may blind Monty to being like, okay, I'm not taking this shot at Michael. I'm taking it at Kyle. And that could cause Michael to skate by again. So I'm thinking that Kyle being in this game is actually going to benefit Michael. Could I imagine living outside of the backyard for a week? I would love to live out in the backyard for a week. Kyle has managed to blow up every Alliance this year. Oh my God, somebody said Jasmine's going to be leaving the house faster than ribs at a family barbecue. That is great. I can't wait to hear what she said. Does anyone know if the outside know that Alyssa gave Kyle the info about the girls in the old school? Yeah. Yeah, they showed that on the live show. They showed that on the live show that Alyssa like splurged that, which is like, I mean, I don't know what she was doing. She just slip of the tongue. Not great. Not great. But it's like, what are we doing here? Like, keep your mouth shut. That's why I'd be terrified to tell Alyssa anything. I would have said that to her. If I was Kyle, I would have been like, I was trying to protect you the best that I could, but you told me so much information, I was scared that if I shared something with you, you would end up slipping and saying it in front of somebody else. You did it like 3 times this season. So chill with the whole you don't trust me shit. You have the loosest lips in the house. I ain't telling you anything. That's what I would say to her. Would I watch an episode of BB Live with you? I don't think I can do that because like I can't really stream it. Oh my God, imagine Alyssa wins the HOH. That would be wild. That would be wild. Who is Christie's favorite this season? You spelled Christie wrong. It's Cristie. I don't think she has a favorite. I don't know. I know she was like really annoyed in the beginning with the whole like Taylor shit. And then like people really pissed her off. But she never like, I don't think she has like a favorite. I'm from Georgia. We don't talk like that. I'm here. Wait, what? Wait a minute. Where is Jasmine from? Georgia as well, Kay? Yeah. Oh my God, Kyle is low-key fun to watch. I cannot find a player that plays like him before. Suicide Mission every week. It's so hilarious. I wish we won more angry Cody. I wish we won more angry Cody. I don't know what that means. That won't last long. Wait, Cody, last question. What's the story of the worst wedgie you've ever gotten? I've never gotten a bad wedgie. Ian absolutely should not have won over Dan. Yeah. Jasmine she's from Mississippi, around Atlanta. She lives in Atlanta. Oh, but she's from Mississippi and now lives in Atlanta. Yeah, I think I think what people forget forget to realize is that the America's favorite tends to go to the person that is like America's favorite always goes to the person that is liked on the season, that is always like the outcast, or like the person that is either just gaming crazy amounts. Like that's who America's favorite goes to. Like I'm thinking back to seasons I'm thinking like, who was it? Nicole was season 21. Devon was season 22. Devon was somebody who was like on the outs, but Devon is also a fan favorite, so it's not really fair to use the All-Star season. Nicole was somebody who was like quirky, fun, not in the big alliance and really liked. So she was like on the out. She was an outsider. She got fan because she was like the one that I think people were like hoping like took out the alliance that was running the game on 21. Season 19 was Cody. He was ostracized by the entire house. He got America's favorite. Season 18 was James, but James is like a returning America's favorite, so that doesn't count. Season 17, I don't even know. Oh, that's when James got his first one. James was like a funny one on season 17. I guess maybe. So I guess he wasn't like an outsider. He went deep in the game on 17. Who's 16? Donnie. He was ostracized. He was like outcasted, constantly targeted. Taylor didn't get bullied in the game. You think AFP would go to Turner? Possibly. I think so. Oh, yeah, 20 was Tyler. Tyler, yeah, he was in the ins. All right, so maybe I'm just wrong. I'm just an idiot, pretty much. So don't listen to me. I don't know shit. I think based on conversations I've heard that the whole house is now very aware that Taylor is well liked. Yeah, I think somehow people in the house put the pieces together about what was happening on the outside. I will say that. Pretty interesting to me. I think if you're going to get America's favorite, you are not. If you think you are going to get America's favorite, you are not getting it. Facts. And if you try to play for America's favorite, like, you ain't getting it either. I'm not sure because Turner's rise came from Taylor's bullying. I mean, here's the thing that was interesting to me, too, about the whole Taylor situation is that, like, everyone partook in it. Like, everybody. Like, there was the whole house. Like, Taylor rubbed the entire house the wrong way. And I think you're right. There's always an exception, but AFP tends to go to the underdog. Yeah. Yeah. America's favorite is mostly the house victim or the underdog. Yeah. What? Hold up. When is the TIFF episode dropping? It should be out. Hold on a second. Yep, Tiffany episode is out. Would Christy ever play Big Brother? No. No. Hi, bud. Come here. Come here. Where you going? Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, come here. Oh, my buddy. This is my buddy. Thank you. Thank you. Do I think we'll get a new HOH Thursday or will be another cliffhanger for Sunday's episode? Another cliffhanger for sure. For sure, another cliffhanger. Got a feeling somebody who do not win HOH yet is winning this week. Ooh, I like that take, Richard. You said you never had a wedgie, but then you got up and had one. Oh, did I? You guys saw my wedgie? You guys saw my wedge? Loan forgiveness, that's huge coming out of school. Someone else is going to pay. Yeah, we are. Our taxes. My tag says here for a good time, not a long time. That's right. That's how I roll. That's what I do. Does anybody else make that face when you go to like hug your dog? You're like, you guys do that? How did me and my girlfriend meet? We met at a bar. Thankfully, one of my buddies knew one of her friends and stopped them because like she was walking by and I was not saying a word. I was like, whoa, I'm staying right here at the bar. Yeah, Victor won America's favorite on 18. Not James. James won 17. I was like, I know James won. That's right, Victor won America's favorite. Are Nicole and I on speaking terms? And we are not. We are not. We are not on speaking terms. We are not on speaking terms. Right. Right. That's my little buddy. He hangs out with me. We keep it chilling. We're relaxing. His name is Dakota. I have the perfect positive personality for BB, obviously. When are they bringing back the jury battle back? I think we may be close to it, right? Because, like, we had a live audience. We, you know, like, stuff, the pandemic stuff is... So I think Battleback may be coming soon. What? I think it may be coming soon. Obviously, they couldn't do it on their All-Star season. That just was never going to happen. And then this season, it's still like teetering. But now we got a live audience back. There's no telling what the next season could have. Definitely a Battleback, for sure. I mean, I'm so pissed we didn't get to see how the backstage boss twist didn't pan out, because like I would have loved to have seen like the two people that weren't saved by America and then the person that was voted out battling to come back. I think it would have been sick. It would have been sick. Yeah, it used to be if you made it to Final 2, you couldn't win America's favorite. No one has ever given me a wedgie, or just not remember any stories. I don't remember any stories. And honestly, the fact that you're asking me so much about wedgies is like a little weird. Like, what are we doing here? Why are you asking me about if I've gotten wedgies? Yeah, what is going on here, Lena? What's this wedgie obsession? Like, what is happening? Babe, can you come give me a wedgie? All right, Christy said no. Do I think you will ever talk to Nicole again and you will ever go on BB All Stars again? I don't know. What's up, Shayna? You caught me live. How you doing? She wants to give you a wedgie, apparently. Yo, you want to give me a wedgie, Lena? We can arrange that. Babe, can you just come give me a wedgie? Babe? She can't even be bothered now. I'm glad we don't give out powers for most popular anymore. Yeah. I'm not going to get trolled every live with the wedgie thing. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But the wedgie thing is like, there was this one person that always comes into my, when I was streaming on Twitch, that would always come into my Twitch and be like, show us your feet. Show us your feet. And I was like, what? Babe, what's that feet thing? What's that feet where you can like post pictures of your feet and people can buy them? Yeah, I'm going on Feet Finder. I'm going to go on Feet Finder. I'm going to sell feet pics. I'm going to get my shit manicured up. I'm going to put like, I'm going to get them like, I said manicured. Wait, what's your feet? Pedicure or manicure? What kind of question is that? No, and the fact that you went and go, babe, You don't know the Latin root words? It's like, oh, what? That was super. That was super. That was condescending. Okay, good. Whatever. You know what? You ruined the question. Now I don't even care. Ooh, how do I really feel about Kyle? Do I think it was a good game to rat out the leftovers at 10? I think it was a good play for him. I think it was a good play for Kyle. I think Kyle's back was up against the wall. Kyle was in serious trouble after last week. With the leftovers, I think Joseph is going to get targeted. Joseph's going to go home. That's one person that was really bothered by him. I don't think Michael and Brittany were super bothered by him and how he was trying to protect Alyssa. Turner definitely wasn't, because Turner has a good relationship with Alyssa. So I think this actually is good, but I think if, like, you know, Monty wins HOH, she's getting targeted. Like, I think he's screwed. So, I mean, I think it was the right play for Kyle at that moment. What? LOL, be a feet model? Yeah, yo, I got some nice looking feet. You know who's got the nicest feet ever? Christy. Christy has the nicest feet. I'm obsessed with her feet. I don't have a foot fetish, but I have a fetish for Christy's feet. That's normal. What are you laughing at? I love them. They're the best feet. They're so cute. Even when they're dirty, I'm like, oh. That's how you know. I feel like that's love. Babe, do you love my feet? Yeah. She hates my feet. So it's not love. It's not love. Is Dak full-time with us now, Allie? No, he's not. He's not. Oh, buddy. He's not. We just got him back yesterday, but he's with us a ton. Did I see the new Alliance name of the Four Dyers after party? No, I did not. I don't think it is Tiffany. Wait, what? Oh, so you said, I believe that Big Brother said a Cookout member would be on the episode tonight. Any guesses? I may know, but I won't say. I don't know. You'll find out tonight. No, Christy's not giving me a wedgie, Lena. She's not. And spell her name right. It's Christie. I think Taylor's going to be dragged to the final two, except if Terrence stays longer. I don't think so. Who's going to drag Taylor to the final two? Do I remember the season where they had a pet dog visit for a week? Can't remember if it was Canada or US. Yeah, that was Big Brother 16. That was my season. We had a pet dog. We had a dog that came in and was like really ugly. It was like a really ugly dog. I feel bad, but it is what it is. It was an ugly dog. I don't think there's any other way to describe it. Gabe from the Bronx, thank you for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate you. They said it on the feeds that it was Tiff. Oh, they said on the feeds. Oh, okay. Are you sure about that? I don't know. What was the first convo with Derek like when I won? It's insane. He was like super hyped up. He called me the night of. Corrections, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Guys, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. Turn on those notifications. Bring Chakasta on for a segment. Yeah. What is my thought on Jasmine? In the beginning, it was like fun. It was like the whole southern, like the whole like southern, what do you call it? Like, I don't know, accent, the whole like little southern twang. It was fun. And then all of a sudden I was like, I'm over it. I'm over it. I don't care anymore for your like, Julie, you look as good as Butterball and Butterball. I was like, I'm done. I was like, I'm over it. Every time she walks into the DR, do her eviction, I'm like, oh my God. So that's my thought. It was funny and it was like fun for a period, and then it got like, all right, I'm over it. I watched episode 1 of All Stars last night, and Julie mentioned you were in the winner's circle after you had the best time. I don't remember that. If I never have won All-Star, would winner's circle be formed? I don't know. Probably not, right? Isn't that the greatest? The winner's circle came from that. It was great. I mean, I'm super hyped about it. I mean, we could not have done it. I mean, we could have had a podcast, but the winner's circle would not have been able to be the name, to say the least. Lena will subscribe if you get a wedgie. You just subscribed? I don't see it. Oh my God, William Dang. Would I align with Taylor? It's hard to say now because it's like, yeah, like I felt horrible watching her in the beginning. So yeah, I would have aligned with her. There's people like I like Joseph, Monty, Taylor, Michael. It's like, it's impossible because I'm naming the people that I like now at this point of the season. Like, it's like, you should have asked me this. You would have gotten a better answer from me early. You know what I'm saying? Lena's disappointed that I'm here, not Paulie. You subscribed to my last, but it wasn't live? Oh, you're subscribed for sure. Yeah. Yeah, because... I mean, if you've subscribed in the past, then I don't get the notifications right now. But I appreciate everyone that has subscribed. I appreciate you. Will we be getting the Cal Bros? Imagine we brought back catching up with the Cal Bros. Hold on, do I still have my... Oh my God, I have this still. Cal Bros. One man spinning a wheel. Another guy wearing a cape and a headband. Confetti. Cal Bros. Remember that? Those are the good old days. Those are the good old days. Kind of confused. Wait, I'm confused. Something is up. Shit. All right, my bad. Cody, blink twice if you need help. Oh my God, that's mad funny. How was the situation with the wall yellers in BB22? It was really frustrating. Really, really annoying. Christy, hey Cody, just wanted to say hi. Your season with Derek is my favorite. Holla. Loved his reaction when it was his daughter saying it. Oh my God, that was epic. When we all heard it, we went berserk. Is Cody meditating? Can a 65-year-old woman subscribe that... Can a 65-year-old woman subscriber get a shout out? Yo, shout out Angie. What's going on, Angie? I'm hypnotizing you. I was hypnotizing you. No, I was Tiffany's episode is live on YouTube, so I was like, I had to make sure that everything was going well with that. I had to post about it on our Instagram for the Winner Circle, which if you haven't followed the Winner Circle Instagram, check it out. At Winner Circle, at Winners Circle Cast. Cast as in podcast. Get it? Would I play with a showmance knowing they would cut you before each other? I don't know. I was big no-go on showmances. No, Lena. Christy is not. It's my first time in this live. Is it always like this? What does the silence mean? No, so I was posting on the Winner Circle Instagram because Tiffany's most recent episode covering the live feeds is now live on the Winner Circle YouTube. So go check that out. Make sure you check that video out if you haven't done so already. So I had to post that. And so, yeah. But you know what? We should all take a moment of silence. I think it's great. Just take deep breaths. Ready? I feel great. I feel great. I feel great. Anyone out there? Just 2 deep breaths. Let's just take it. Just take them right now. Take them right now. I'll give you a second. All right, we're back. There's a lot of people talking about Turner right now. Turner's trending on Twitter. Oh, this is the for me. Like what's actually trending. Isn't that funny? Did you guys notice that Michael always made the correct move in the house, whether being HOH, POV, or out of power? He's incredibly intelligent. Extremely intelligent. Thank you, Cody. You're a natural. Angie. Love you. Love you too, Angie. Terrence is not easy, but the work to make him someone... Wait a minute. Terrence is not easy, but the work to make him someone's drag along should have began the first week. He would have been perfect for Monty. Guess. They're blowing up bad reviews on the Rug Shack. What's the Rug Shack? Is this Turner's place? It is. Is the Rug Shack Turner's place? Where are they blowing up the bad reviews? Yeah, but where are they putting bad reviews? My opinion is Terrence only took Turner off the block to put Kyle on the block. Is a huge power trip for him. It will blow up in the end. I don't really get it. I don't get what the power trip is. Yeah, it says 4.8, which is pretty good. I got to be honest with you. I don't think it's like that. I don't know what they're doing. But yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like this is the stuff that I'm talking about. It's like what is Turner doing? And they're doing shit. It's like why? What's the purpose? What's the reason? What's the reason, bitch? Cardi B. It is Cardi B. The bad reviews are on Google. Somebody literally, I went into and I put in the lowest reviews on Google, like the 1 stars. Somebody literally wrote a review. Their picture on the Google review is a Big Brother image. And they wrote, 1 star, the owner is really greasy and doesn't shower. Somebody wrote a review 2 minutes ago. Walked in, walked straight out. I got looked at funny and felt out of place. 40 minutes ago. I really don't understand this store sometimes because the quality is so inconsistent. I shop here frequently, and 1 week the rugs are great quality, and the next they're just falling apart. The worst part is that I sent my best friend Joseph here on a recommendation. Joseph. Big brother. And the store owner, Turner, lied about both the quality of the rugs as well as the price. You can't trust Turner because sometimes he's telling the truth and other times he's lying right to your face. Speaking of inconsistency, the store also tends to have a bit of an odor to it. Again, some weeks it smells like roses or even Lay's potato chips. Lay's potato chips. However, other weeks it simply smells like the owner has not taken a shower in weeks. We had just seen a review, not even a week ago. The owner is really greasy and doesn't shower. That's not a Big Brother person at all. Next one. 42 minutes ago. The owner hasn't bathed in days, and it's clearly clouding his judgment in life. $400 for a rug? Question mark. Carter Files. You.
Is it really a rug store?
Yeah, it's a rug store.
It's a thrift store.
I don't know what it is, but people on really disgusting place of work matches the acts of Matt Turner on Don't hide that you're a Big Brother person at all. Here we go. Really disgusting place of work matches the acts of Matt Turner on CBS's Big Brother show right now, laughing behind the back of a friend who laid it all on the line for you when you were preaching mental health just a couple weeks ago. Gross. George Hennon, you're canceled. An hour ago. Horrible place, and it smells like an old person's home. Dusty, and the stains on most merchandise and the stains on most merchandise in there. Not a complete sentence, but Mary Bale, you're canceled. At first I thought this would be a solid store. Turns out once we see the inside, it was disappointing. This person actually has a photo of himself. Ref Nelson. Let's check out Ref. Guess you can't. Just a bunch of So 16 minutes ago, 1 star. 16 minutes ago, another 1 star. 51 minutes ago, another 1 star. It's weird. It's weird how a lot of these 1 stars.
It's weird that the owner can smell so bad when he's inside the Big Brother house, nowhere near the store. Wait, I want to say something.
Wait. Oh my God.
I can't understand that, but listen what I'm saying.
This person, here we go.
Wait, I think it's funny how the owner can smell so bad from all the way in California inside the Big Brother house because they're just posting it today.
I don't like how the owner is calling, I'm not even going to say it, and his girl, Alyssa, his best friend, in the house when his only real friend out there is with him, is going through it, and might go home if Mr. Rug Shack himself doesn't save him and convince DJ Stopwatch to save him too. Rate may go up if all is well on eviction night, but anyway, shop Rug Shack for Mrs. Pretty Girl Megan Bell. This person gave a 3-star review with a complete write-up about the game of Big Brother. It's like, this is the reason why people, don't care. This is the reason why people are going to be like, fuck Big Brother, I'm not going on this show. For people like that, it's like, this guy has a business. This guy has worked his ass off to have a business. He's put money into it. I'm sure it wasn't cheap. He has a storefront. He has rent. And people are literally dragging him because of Big Brother. See, now this is where Google has to be better. Like Google,
Yeah, Google sucks.
They should be able to have those removed. Those reviews removed immediately. Whoever is helping him, and if nobody's helping him, that's kind of unfortunate, but that should be getting battled by Google to be removed.
I mean, it's the same like as how stuff anywhere isn't removed, like
It's
Twitter
bullshit.
or news or whatever.
It's bullshit. People are wild. I don't know. I have no idea how.
Is he sleepy? Is that why he's staying so still in my arms?
Hello, buddy. Thank you. Thank you. You're tired, dog. You keep yawning. Queen is on the scene. Wait, who's Queen? They were giving him great reviews before. Facts.
Stay. I'll be right back. Stay.
Cody, what are your thoughts on Vanessa Russo, Big Brother 17 fame? I don't know about her fame. Are you talking about her with Big Brother? She was a beast. She was an absolute beast. She's one of the best females that's ever played the game. And one of the best players that's ever played the game. She's a beast.
Yeah, I was gonna say. She's just one of the best players, not just.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I didn't love her style of play. I think she was playing, like, the whole, like, whining and crying, that whole style of play, it's like, she's up there. I don't think she's one of the best players. But that whole, like, whine, like, if I was on the season, I'd be like, what are we whining for? What are you crying for? This is, like, she's obviously doing this to try to get her way. It was, like, very, like, temper tantrum-y. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Christy. Everybody kept saying Queen, and then it was because Christy walked in.
Hi.
I was like, who's Queen?
It's me.
Get your hand in there. Am I friends with Wes? No, I have not. I do not talk to Wes. Vanessa is one of the few that survived a backdoor. Oof.
Sir, are you okay? Are you okay? Stop chewing on your paw.
Any opinion on Daniel Durston's video about the game? No, I have not watched it. Did he put up a post? Oh my God, he posted a picture with Paloma.
Well, obviously he's obsessed with Paloma. I will never forgive you for what you did to Paloma.
What was the video that he posted? I didn't see it. Was it a good one? Was it a bad one? Someone else did? Oh, did you guys hear that? Oh, man. All right, people. I'm going to hop off. I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate all 91 of you that have been in here sticking it out. We've been hanging for quite a while now. We're almost at 2.5 hours. Almost at 2.5 hours on this stream. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. Turn on those notifications. I will be back on... when do I like coming on? I like coming on tomorrow before the live episode. So I'll probably be back on tomorrow. I'll probably like carve out a good hour and a half of the day tomorrow to make sure I can stream on here and we can talk about last night's episode, what we saw, what is happening, what we think is going on before the live show. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it so much. Everybody that's been in here and everybody that's subscribed to the channel, thank you. I appreciate you. And make sure, if you guys are liking this, share it. Somebody that doesn't know this is going on, be like, hey, Cody's streaming. Check it out. Share it. Sharing's caring. That's what we say. That's what we say. All right, people. I'll see you guys in the next one.